What is up, guys? We've got a battle between panamaxis of Oceania and Honor of Italy for this World Cup. Pana is one of the most legendary players in the game, uh, and he's got great tournament results to the ceiling. Honor is an Italian player. He was actually originally known as ABR, and he is known for DPP, but he knows DPP like he's a real true blue DPP guy. He's got a sub Zapdos lead. That is a pretty old school thing, and he gets a T-Bone. That's not cool. Anyway, sub Zapdos is cool because lead Metagross that wants to blow up on you is just dead at a cost of 18% of your health. 19, sorry. And you just sub on Roserade lead. People used to lead sub-toxic Zapdos because it was the most popular and it was just good. And plus, most Azelf would just waste a turn taunting Zapdos, so those without psychic moves are forced to just explode on you. So it's pretty good. And if you can, if they do have a psychic move, you find out what that is. Anyway, so, and you also just dumpster Roserade leads, obviously. Anyway, so Rocks and Jolteon. Jolteon is an underrated Pokemon in this metagame, and that is awesome. Pana's using Wish. I wish Jolteon is a big part of one of my favorite teams. That pair is not good. And that did so much, I'm going to say this is Magnet from the lack of leftovers and the damage. My preferred Jolteon set is Wish, Sub, Baton Pass, T-Volt, and I think it's amazing, but just any Wish Jolteon is great. Any Jolteon in general is really great. It is a very underrated Pokemon. And it checks the shit out of Zapdos, which is phenomenal. So, Honor just goes with what he likes, and I think we're going to be seeing one of his standard teams. He likes his Zapdos Pert stuff. Anyway, Loom comes in on Pert's Rocks. So, the pair actually helps Honor a little, because it stuffs Breloom's Spore. However, it also leaves it slower than the Breloom, which could be problematic when taking Superpower or, God forbid, Stone Edge. So, I am also going to keep an eye out for the possibility of Stun Spore, given his T-Wave Uxie lead. I mean, that's a little bit of a stretch. I've only seen Philip 7086 use it, but I would not put it past Pana. Honor is going to use the Zapdos. Could we see Stone Edge? I would not put that past Pana either. We see Sub, a rarity in the age of Mach Punch. If it's Sub Stone Edge, that would be awesome. No, he's just going to Focus Punch. HP Ice. Now, an age-old question. Actually, no, he can sub with safety, so the pair is definitely helping Pana out. Since he can sub with safety, and on the full para either, but he could have also subbed, fishing for some paras. Well, no, I guess if sub and roost, then that's not really beneficial. And 1 HP Ice would not have killed him. Anyway, Heatran coming in, scaring Loom out. Honor should double switch here, I think, rather than just blind fire blasting. Magma Storm, it's Heatran. Lefties? No lefties. We could see Scarves, we could see Shuka Berries, we could see neither, in which case the Heatrans would probably run from each other, because I don't think Pana should risk the, okay, he's just I'm gonna say he's Shuka or Scarf. And, most Magma Trans are not Shuka anymore. He's going to check for the 4 attack and get Gengar on the HP Grass. Now that is a DPP move. And I'm sorry if that sounded a little old fag to you guys, but that really just is it's mainly the 4 attack Tran, not the DPP is the best gen unequivocally and anyone else is just an idiot. Anyone who thinks otherwise is an idiot. No, it's mainly the 4 attack Tran and checking for the HP Grass, which you don't really see anymore nowadays. That's just more essence to what in my mind is true DPP or whatever. So I like that, and I also like seeing Gengar because it is awesome. Chople is another item that is possible on this Heatran, although I'm going to stick with Shuka if Pana left it in on an unrevealed Tran like that, because while Pasho is the go-to berry for Heatran these days that aren't rocking lefties or Scarf sets, Scarf being most common, then Shuka cannot just be dismissed like that. He's going to Fire Blast, so I'm going to say he's going to pack some bulk, but because even a non-life form Focus Blast crushes bulkless Heatran, so we're going to say he's got bulk for the lefty Scar. He does it. Oh, well, he gets a crit. Alright, this has been a pretty haxy game so far. We will now not. I'm going to assume Pana was I guess that Fire Blast wasn't guaranteed to hit or something, so... But no, that's stupid. That was lame. So, each of these guys have gotten some pretty nasty hacks through another Pokemon. However, Jolteon is an offensive threat, especially because it's got Breloom ready to pounce on the Swampert, and it's got a Spore. So while Honor usually has these two guys as his Breloom checks, then one meant unfortunate circumstances, and that the other, and Breloom still gets the Spore off, which is part of why it's so threatening. Rose comes in as a middle ground, throws up a Wish, so Pert couldn't threaten with Ice Beam, and if he roared the Breloom out, then he could possibly go to Uxie and heal that up, which is valuable because Uxie can take a hit from most anything offensive. But I think Honor could be running. He's going to get the Wish to Uxie anyway, but Honor's going to get his T-Spikes down, which is going to be big for Jolteon, and threatening Pokemon like Kingdra and Tyranitar. Panda's not a huge T-Tar guy, actually. Hell, he's not even a huge Heatran guy, but just a lot of threatening Pokemon that you can just kind of... put it like this. It is more likely that you outplay a threatening Pokemon by getting down a layer of T-Spikes than you do by getting down a layer of Spikes. Unless your plan is to phase it a lot, or you're getting it in chip, very specific chip for something. He drops the Sleep Powder on the Uxie, which is not Lumberry, which they sometimes run for Rose, and in case Machamp decides, you know what, I'm not going to kill this Uxie with Payback, so I'm just going to use it and try to make it switch. But it's mainly for Roserade. So he's going to drop that, but it could be worse. And Breloom comes in, which means his other pokes must not really love the... I mean, even seeing this means that even just hitting the Focus Blast would have been big. And he's Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb is not a very common move on Roserade, because generally you want your Grass Stab and your hidden power of choice, but Sludge Bomb is cool because it can poison shit like Dragonite and bulky stuff. I mean, generally you don't see it, but it's kind of cool instead of HP Ice. You would use it instead of HP Ice generally. The poison chance is not to be underestimated because it also leaves a lasting mark on Zapdos, which avoids T-Spikes and can roost against HP Ice. I mean, Leaf Storm on Roost is a nice idea, but it doesn't really make it stick more often than not, So Sludge Bomb is cool for that. And more situations that I could probably start thinking of for the next 10 minutes, but that would detract from the game. Hell, it would help against Uxie. Or, actually, Cresselia is actually a big one. The Honor's team would definitely appreciate the chip on Cresselia. So Tran coming in, and he eats T-Wave on the early Wake. This Uxie is, it's kind of ironic, because Uxie is asleep, as you can see, but he is determined to... He's not getting fucked with by Roserade sleeping antics. Anyway, so... I'm trying to figure out if it's better to go for the 1 layer or this 2 against Pana's team, because either against a more offensive threat, you would want the immediate damage for your offensive Pokemon to put the Pokemon at a lower range immediately for your offensive dudes to pick them off. But I'm trying to decide if Pana has something that has longevity enough to where you would want the increasing poison. So I like a Crocoon or something, but I think against that, then the poison damage is gonna make much difference because it rests. So really, it's like offensive Coon, I guess. But no, you would want the more immediate damage on that. So if that makes sense, and I'm trying to decide it by figuring, all right, well, he's got a pretty offensive team, but it's also pretty bulky, and but he's also got Jolteon to pass Wish. So does that have any bearing on whether he's got something really bulky that sticks around and sets up? And for now, my conclusion is can't say for sure, so you need a little more information. In any case, I don't think it's a water because Jolteon gets switched into Heatran and dodges Magma Storm through Para. Or that is just like as I say that, right? It could be Scarf. No, he's going to be a bear. He's going to explode on him, and he denies the wish. I was going to say it could be Magma Scarf Tran, which is an unorthodox but interesting choice. Definitely viable, but I'm going to say Honor's last is the Scarfer, and we could see a Scarfrachi or a Scarf Lucario, Basically, you check that you give some back against people guys, and you're trying to abuse T-Spikes because their counters, like bulky grounds, mainly thinking Swampert Hippo, really you want the T-Spikes damage on them for you to have some worth against Stall, and obviously Gliscor or something, then you've got Ice Punch for that, which you usually don't on Lucario, so that really helps out. I mean, there's a reason you usually, there have been some examples of Lucario on these teams, but T-Spike's offense usually doesn't pack loot. And if it does, then it's actually agility, which is kind of cool. That's not a rule, it's just general. Anyway, so there is his Scarfer, Flygon, tried and true, solid team. Roserade's going to come and eat the Psychic. I think he just fires off a Leaf Storm or Sludge Bomb. He could eschew Grass Stab, which a couple Venusaurs have done. Mainly Heist has done that. I've tried it a couple times. I've tried on Roserade a couple times. It is actually not bad at all. On my Raikou MixNite team that I use an HP Ground Psychic Roserade, this Uxie refuses to sleep. Of course, now it's definitely in Shadow Ball range, so... And not a lot sets up on Gengar, so... Interesting team from Pana. It's really, really offensive. I guess I should have... that's on me for not predicting the Gara. Offensive team, Wish Jolteon, not just Gara Jolt, but Wish. I mean, God, where is my head today? But, there aren't really many Pokemon that would come back in a situation like this. Metagross is one of them. If it's got Zen Headbutt, okay, it needs Lump to shrug that off. Okay, this is over. Uh-oh. Well, just Meteor Mashes away. Gara and Agilogross. God, Pana's team is excellent against offense. Just absolutely stellar. And he's got, see, it's not like he's helpless against Stall either, although I wouldn't really love his odds against a more Stallish team. It's a little too dependent on Breloom. I mean, you can definitely make things happen with Rocks and Loom, as always, especially with good switches and Wish for longevity, but it's definitely not aimed at, it's not geared toward beating more defensive teams, which is fine, because that is not Honor's style. Anyway, Honor is going to take this game home. Very, very interesting battle, impressive game. From both players. I mean, Hax was pretty lame, no denying that, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the teams, I enjoyed the plays from both sides. I mean, scouting for HP Grass, that was beautiful. I enjoyed the synergy put into the teams and the moves, and I hope to have brought some justice to it with my insight. So I hope you guys enjoyed it too, and yeah, this is DPP stuff, man. I mean, for all the flaws the tier has, it is a beautiful tier. So, yeah, I will catch you guys next time.